ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Yesterday was Radhashtami. Some of you might have come to the temple discussion, but it becomes very difficult for me to log into the Zoom, and it becomes a little difficult. So thus I was not able to see you. When there's live audience, it's very difficult to focus on the online audience. But nevertheless, I hope you didn't feel neglected. Wish you all a very nice, very happy Radhashtami. Let's be conscious of the mercy that comes from Srimati Radharani. We're all very fortunate that we are able to celebrate this wonderful festival by the wonderful mercy, the divine blessings of Prabhupada. So thank you all very much. And at the same time, we need to understand that Radhashtami yesterday marked the beginning of Shukadev Goswami giving his Srimad Bhagavatam discourse to Parikshit Maharaj. So it's also the Avirbhav of Srimad Bhagavatam, the appearance of Bhagavatam. And it concluded on Bhadra Purnima. So this entire week is very auspicious. And we are all so fortunate by the divine arrangement that we are getting to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam every day. Yes. So thank you so much for coming and giving me this wonderful opportunity. So we'll continue our discussion. The last time, the 1.2.10, the shloka was Kamasyanendriya Pritir Labho Jiveta Yavata Jivasya Tattva Jignasa. Yes, Jivasya means a living being. Anybody who is living entity. We are all living entities. And especially we are living entities on a human journey. And what is our duty? Tattva Jignasa. Jignasa means what? We need to make very firm inquiries. And on what? Inquiries about what? About Tattva. So Prabhupada translated Tattva as absolute truth. What is the meaning of Tattva? Absolute truth. If you want to realize the absolute truth, please turn on your videos. That way we'll all realize absolute truth faster. Yes. Currently, this is one level of absolute truth. What is that? Coming to Zoom, but no video. Second level of realizing absolute truth is Zoom with video. And the third is live classes. Yes. So at least come to the second level. First is not that possible. Right? So then absolute truth. Tattva. What is this tattva? That's an immediate question that comes. Tattva jignasa should be done. Then what is that tattva? That is going to be explained in today's shloka. Jivasya tattva jignasa, we are supposed to inquire about absolute truth. What is that absolute truth? Here we go. That is explained. So let us read the verse. Vadanti tattva vidastatvam yajnanamadvayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Shabdyate. So Tattva Vidas, those who know the Tattva. Vida means to know. Those who are knowers. Tattva Vidas, those who know the absolute truth. Vadanti Tat, they speak as follows. Vadanti. So Tattvam, so that Tattva, that absolute truth, is that non-dual substance. Advayam. This is a world of duality. Heat, cold, darkness, light, truth, false. But such kind of duality is absent in Brahm, in this Tattva. That's why it's called as Advayam. This is not like this material world. This is beyond this materialistic experience. So Tattvam Yajnanam. So this knowledge of this Tattva is spoken as follows. So this Tattva, Shabdyate. Shabdyate means it can be spoken in the Vedas or it can be sounded like this. It has three forms, three levels. As such, absolute truth is one. It is not dual, it's one. But the realization is realized in three places. Got it, right? Based on the advancement of the spiritualist. Based on the spiritual advancement, it is realized in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, in three phases. What is that? Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavanti. So Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan. That's how it is realized based on the spiritual advancement. So let us read the purport. Purport by His Divine Grace. So we will read the translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan. 1, 2, 3. Based on their realization. Okay. If the transcendentalist is Jnani, he calls it Brahman. If the transcendentalist is Yogi, he calls it Paramatma. And if that transcendentalist is Bhakta or a devotee, he calls it Bhagavan. So the same non-dual substance is realized in phase 1, 2, 3. Okay? Purport. The absolute truth is both subject and object. And there is no qualitative difference there. Can anyone say what is the difference between subject and object? What is the difference? We study all this literature in that there is subject and there is object. Anybody? There's a fine difference. Subject is doing the action, and what is object? Object is on whom the action is done. Good. Nice. You're right. Yes, that's pretty much it. Object is that uh, where we are channelizing our effort, and subject is our effort. Subject is the effort we are putting, and object is the goal. So both subject and object is absolute truth. So we are studying Bhagavad, like, and that's how bhakti is. Okay, why are you hearing Bhagavatam? To hear more. That's it. There's no other objective. Why are you chanting Hare Krishna? To chant more. That's it. Prabhupada was asked, why do you all chant? You chant more. We just want to chant. Because that's the means and the end. We say means and end, right? So subject is the means and object is the end. It's the same. Why we do bhakti? To get bhakti. Nothing else. We do bhakti to get bhakti. So therefore, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan are qualitatively one and same. Yes, absolute truth is same. There is no difference. But the same is realized. Yeah, the realization is different. Impersonal Brahman by the students of Upanishads, as local Paramatma by the Hiranyagarbhas or the yogis, and as Bhagwan by the devotees. So this we already studied. In other words, Bhagwan or the personality of Godhead is the last word of the absolute truth. Yes. There is nothing beyond Bhagwan. Somebody, which means what? Somebody who has realized Bhagwan has nothing more to gain. And that is why what does Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter, 19th verse? What does he say? He says, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Ultimately, somebody coming, we have to come to this particular platform. What is the platform? Vasudeva Sarvamiti, which means Krishna or Vasudev is everything, is all in all. That's it. This is the realization we have to come to. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. And once you realize this, you won't be doing anything. You won't be doing anything other than bhakti. The main reason why we go here and there, we get distracted, we try other paths sometimes, we do sense gratification, we start losing faith. Oh, is this really working? I'm chanting for so much time. Is it really working? I did so much service, I gave so much donation. Why? Because we have not come to the point of Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Because the moment you understand Vasudeva Sarvamiti, what do you become? Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. You become a Mahatma. And again, it's Krishna who defines who is a Mahatma. So yesterday's evening lecture, I don't think it was live streamed, but that was from Atma to Mahatma. So first we had to tell the people who had come there, you're Atmas. They were not willing to believe. They were shocked. Really? We are Atma. Yes, yes, you are Atma. And from Atma, there is Mahatma. You cannot become Paramatma. You can become Mahatma. And Krishna wants everyone to become Mahatma. How do you become Mahatma? Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakriti mashrita, by taking shelter of Srimati Radharani. Anyone who's taken shelter of Srimati Radharani, such a person becomes Mahatma. 9.13 Bhagavad Gita, which speaks about Mahatma. Who is a Mahatma? All right. But how to become that Mahatma? That secret is given in the next verse, 9.14. What is that? Satatam kirtayanto mam. Oh, Satatam. Always glorifying Krishna, either through his names or Srimad Bhagavatam. So we can become Mahatma, but Krishna is Paramatma. Paramatma is only Krishna. So when do we become Mahatma? What is the realization of Mahatma? First of all, how to become Mahatma? Take shelter of Radharani. How to take shelter of Radharani? By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and glorifying Krishna through Bhagavatam. And how to understand one has become Mahatma? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. A person realizes that Vasudeva is everything, Krishna is everything. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. It's a very rare. So ultimately, we have to come to this realization, and it will happen. It will happen. Paramatma is the partial representation of the personality of Godhead, and impersonal Brahman is the glowing effulgence of the personality of Godhead as the sun rays unto sun God. Yes. We give various analogies. So the sun rays are what? Brahman. Sun planet is what? Paramatma. And there is sun God. What is that? That is Bhagavan. Similarly, we give example of even train. I'm not drawn properly. This is Indian Railways. Okay, this is a train. It looks something like this. There's a huge light that comes. So Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur gives the example that those days nobody knew what is train. So many people came to see what is the train. So they came and some people saw there's a huge light coming. So they said, oh, train means light. And they all left. They went home. But some people stayed. They said, oh, it is not just light. It also has a body. Okay, okay, fine. People left. And then those who stayed till the end, they saw that, oh, not just it has body, it has even passengers who are sitting there, and they saw the internal structure. Okay, okay. So train is a means of commutation, transportation. Okay, now it's clear. So those who stayed till the end, they got complete realization. Those who left in between, they got only partial realization. Another analogy that is given is mountains. From a distance, you look at mountain, it appears brown. That is Brahman realization, brown realization, Brahman realization. You go near, you'll see there are trees, there are waterfalls, there are hairpin bends, so many things. This Paramatma realization. When you go on top, you will also see there are homes. If people are staying, there is life on mountains. It is not dead. People stay, they have homes, there are hotels. Some people are doing fire camp. So many things you will find. Okay. What is the difference between Paramatma and Bhagavan? Brahman is impersonal. He is not a person also. On the other hand, Paramatma is personal. Each one has their own Paramatma in our heart. We have our own Paramatma. But Bhagavan is not just personal, hey, no problem. But he's also active, which means he performs pastimes. And he's reciprocal. If you serve him, he will bless you. He will talk to you. He'll give you darshan. He does that. So these are the two added features to Bhagavan. He's personal, active, and reciprocal. Right? Less intelligent students of either of the above schools sometimes argue in favor of their own respective realization. Like Brahmavadis say that, oh, Brahman is the highest. Or Paramatmavadis may say Paramatma is the highest. But those who are the perfect seers of absolute truth know well that all the above three features are one absolute truth. There is no difference. But they are different perspective. Their realization is different from different angles of vision, which means the different realization. Highest realization is Bhagavad realization. As it is explained in the first sloka of the first chapter of Bhagavatam, 1.1.1. What is mentioned? The supreme truth is self-sufficient, cognizant, free from relativity. Where is mentioned? Janmadhyasya atonvayad itaratascha arteshu abhignya swarat. Abhignya means Gya comes from knowledge. He knows everything. He's cognizant. And Swarat. He is totally independent, doesn't need anyone. Dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. He's free from illusion. His abode is also free from illusion. So this is all mentioned in the first canto, first chapter, first verse. In the relative world, the knower is different from the known, of course. But in the absolute truth, both the knower and the known are one and the same thing. Hare Krishna. Why? Because in the relative world, the living spirit or superior energy, knower is the superior living spirit. Correct. Who is the knower? Soul. Whereas the known is the inert matter or inferior energy, body. We cannot see the knower. We can only see the known. But in Krishna's body and spirit, there is no difference. They are same. Body is only soul. There is no difference between body and soul in spiritual world. Not only Krishna's, even for all of us. So usually we say, oh, we are the body. In that we have a soul. That is wrong philosophy. We are the soul and we have a body. This is in material world. But what in spiritual world? In spiritual world, we are the body, we are the soul. Both philosophies same because soul is only the body. Our spiritual body means spirit soul. There's no difference. That's what is explained here. Therefore, there is no duality. What is duality? Duality is soul and body. This is duality. Inferior energy is body, superior energy is soul. On the other hand, in absolute realm, that means in spiritual world, knower and known are of same superior energy. There is nothing called body and soul. So that's called as non-dual. You understand non-dual now? Krishna's body is his soul and his soul is his body. There is no two things. Body and soul are not two separate. That is material world. That's called as duality. Soul and body are different. That's called duality. Soul and body are same. That's called non-duality. There are three kinds of energies of the supreme energetic. Anyone knows? Vishnu Shakti Para Prokta. There is no difference between the energy and energetic. Shakti Shakti Matayor Abheda. But there is a difference of quality of energies. Yes. As such, Krishna and his energies, there is no difference. Can you separate Krishna and why no difference? Because you cannot separate it. Can you separate sun and sun rays? Can you separate what we can call water and its taste? No. The moment taste is gone, it's not water. And water will have that taste. That's what inspires us to sip water and drink water. How many of you fasted till noon? Yes, we are tempted in the morning as soon as we wake up. Usually there's a habit. You wake up in the morning, you want to drink water. No, Radhastami, Radhastami, Radhastami. No drinking water today. Yes. So there's a taste. And especially when the fasting period is over at 12 p.m., every devotee is looking at their water bottles. Finally, we can break the fast. Fast breaking time. Very bold. Very nice. So that time we really taste water after fast. After Janmashtami, all the more we taste water. Krishna gives more realization than Radhanath. Because Krishna doesn't appear at 12 p.m., he appears at 12 a.m. So after full day fasting, we taste little bit of water. It is Krishna, you are the taste in water. But can we separate the taste and water? We can't do that. We can't separate the whiteness and milk. We can't separate the redness and the rose. Yeah, we can't separate it. So similarly, you cannot separate Krishna and his energies. Shakti Shakti Mateva Aveda. But there's a difference of quality of energies. The absolute realm and the living entities are of the same superior energy. Correct. Absolute realm is the spiritual world or the spiritual status, the spiritual realm. So there everything is spiritual. There is nothing called material. Even there is nothing called inanimate objects in spiritual world. Laddu is also talking to you. And Laddu doesn't say, Prabhu, please don't eat me. Laddu say, please offer me to Krishna and accept me. And it is said you taste the Laddu, you get the taste and Laddu comes out immediately. And says, thank you, Prabhu. You like to taste me again? Because nobody dies, right? So Laddu Prasad, after tasting Laddu Prasad is back again. Right? Hare Krishna. So absolute realm and the living entities are of same superior energy, but the material world is inferior energy. That's another thing. This material world, yeah, this is inferior energy. We belong to the superior energy, but we are trapped by the inferior. How what we can say, embarrassing. Usually, let us see. I don't know if everybody follows this game. Okay, then I'll give another example. Let us say there is a particular sport. In that sport, there is a champion and there are underdogs. Two kind of people. And if underdogs beat the champions, it's very embarrassing. You lost to these guys. Chances of these guys winning over you was 1 in million. You lost. How will the champions feel? My lost. I mean, losing is not problem, but losing to these people, oh, horrible. Why will you lost to these people? They don't even know how to play the sport. You lost to them. What is this? It's very embarrassing. Right? It's very embarrassing. How many of you have played arm wrestling sometimes? Arm wrestling, Punjab. You played? Shalini Mataji, you played. Okay, I'll ask Shalini Mataji because she's played. Okay. What will happen if you lose to a 6 months old child? How will you feel? 6 months child. Oh, I cannot lose, Prabhuji. She's saying I'll never lose. No chance. But what if you lose? Let's hear from her. No face to show. She has turned off her video. No, I'm not going to show my face to anyone. It's very embarrassing. So that's how embarrassing it is that we are now under the inferior energy. It's very embarrassing. So wouldn't you be happy that the child has such strength? You will be happy that the child has such strength, provided that's your child. If it's somebody else's child, you'll be embarrassed thoroughly. Thoroughly embarrassed. Yeah. So that's how it should feel for us. We should feel embarrassed. My God. I've been because there is nothing to be. Prabhupada said once. So once one devotee went and told Prabhupada, I am so proud, I am so feeling so very arrogant sometimes that I'm senior, etc. Prabhupada said you are the most insignificant. You don't have to say you're fallen, you're already fallen because you're having a material body. The very reason that the soul is trapped by this material body, it's a very embarrassing thing. Very embarrassing. Have you seen sometimes they take a criminal, somebody is arrested, they cover their face. How many of you seen that? They cover the face of the fellow who's being taken. Why do they do that? It is very embarrassing for that fellow also. So they cover his face. Very embarrassing being arrested. So that much shame we should all face. We are in this material body. It's shame. The living being in contact with inferior energy is illusion. Yes, we are in Maya. It's a very embarrassing situation. We are superior, but we are defeated by the inferior. And all the more he thinks he belongs to the inferior energy. Yes. We know the story once there was a lioness. She had delivered a cub and she had taken that cub for hunting. And that cub unfortunately was lost among the herd of sheep. You heard this story? And the cub grew up thinking, I am a sheep. So all the sheep would bleat. And this cub will also try. Not able to bleat. So all the other siblings, they would tell, please try nicely. Try harder. You'll be able to bleat someday. And he would try. But there was no bleating. And they all suggested you should definitely go to some beautician because you look so ugly for a sheep. Yes. And that cub kept thinking I'm a sheep among the herds of sheep and kept bleating like that. One fine day, the lioness came again for hunting. Immediately, all the sheep ran away in all directions. And this cub, thinking to be a sheep, also started running away. So this lioness, forget the sheep, I got back my child, went and grabbed this cub. And this cub is telling, please leave me, don't eat me. He's saying, come on, you are my son, you're my child, you're not a sheep. No, leave me, leave me. Finally, that lioness had to go on the banks of a river and show the face. Just look at the face, our face cuts are matching. And the cub agreed, yeah. You're not a sheep, you're a lion. Yes, you're with inferior people. You're meant to become the next king of this jungle. And you're just like that bleating in the fleet of all these sheep. How embarrassing. Come on, get out of this and become the king of the jungle now. And he said, I've forgotten how to be this king of the jungle. Don't worry, we will train you. And then the lion gets training, right? That's why they have even that animated cartoon, the Lion King. Lion King. Yes, that's the story, Lion King. So that's all of our story, actually. And Srimati Radharani, our Divine Mother, is the one who removes that illusion. There is one mother who is Maya Devi. She keeps us nicely sleeping in this material existence. But then there is Divine Mother, Srimati Radharani, who removes the illusion. Therefore, there is a sense of relativity in this material world. Yeah, duality, relativity. In absolute, there is no sense of difference between knower and known. That means there is no difference between body and soul. Therefore, everything there is absolute. Yes, the trees, they are talking. Everyone's talking in spiritual world and glorifying Krishna. Even water is a person. Everything is a person. There is nothing but thing. Everyone. So we say, water Prabhu, Rasgulla Prabhu, beads Prabhu, beadback Prabhu, photo Prabhu. Everyone is Prabhu. All are our masters. Such a wonderful world, right? Then, so Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Shambhuti. We can realize Vasudeva Sarvamiti when we keep chanting the holy name. So we have to come to the point of Satatam Kirtayantam. And festivals such as Radhashtami, Janmashtami, Ekadashi. These are all the festivals that we have to take some vows to chant more. Okay. Thank you so much. We'd like to conclude here and open for questions if there are any questions or comments. Anybody? Okay.
Hey Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for this class. This is a silly question, so I'm going to ask forgiveness before I ask this. But you said someone who has realized Bhagavan has nothing more to gain. Krishna is everything. You said Bhagavad Gita 7.19. But there's different rasas for the Lord, and there's like the spiritual destination. There's Golok Vrindavan. For Narsimadev, there's a different plan. So there's Vaikuntha. So isn't there a potential, or is it because your rasa means you go to this planet, there's nothing beyond that? Because Golok Vrindavan is the topmost. And so I always see that as the highest gain. And when you realize him as Bhagavan, there's still more because there's different aspects of Bhagavan, or is it because when we realize our real rasa, there's nothing beyond that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we need to understand that even in rasa, there is a huge sense of within the rasa, it's fine. The object is not changing, but the quality of love is changing. That will keep improving. The quality of service, the intensity of love, the depth of love one has, that will keep going. That is bhakti. Bhakti is never stagnant. Okay, so now I've gone to spiritual world. I'm 100% bhakta. It doesn't stop at 100. 100, there is a limit only in material world. In spiritual world is limitless. It's anandam buddhivardhanam. The bliss keeps increasing. The love keeps increasing. It keeps getting deeper. It keeps getting intense. But the object and subject don't change. Got it. Now, once one has attained Vasudeva Sarvamiti, that's fixed. That's fixed. And once bhakti keeps ever increasing, it's never static, it's ecstatic. Okay. That will keep changing. There is no problem with that. There is not change actually, there is intensification. That's the very nature of bhakti. Raga means intense thirst. That will keep intensifying. Is it okay?
Prabhuji, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wants? Okay. Rasmaliam is, I think, in half an hour. Okay. Thank you. Okay. If there's nothing much, we can close the session. Okay, we want to unmute. Okay. All right. Go ahead.